Hello everybody, it's me Chadini. You know, people tend to feel oppressed by certain laws that governs the people and that governs society. They feel that, of course, that they are not a part of the things that control society and that govern society. Yet they are a part of society. That is oppression, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that you cannot put your own beliefs and thoughts and ideologies into a society that you live in, that they do not take in serious consideration your beliefs, your ideologies, theories, and thoughts. You know, we live in a country where there's a lot of manipulation and deception, where advertisement itself has a direct correlation with mind control. You see, where the elite that owns the universal means of marketing, can easily make people believe that things are as extreme as they say they are, or that things are as bad as they say they are. But when you go to these places, or when you see certain things that go on and you're part of it, you realize it's not as bad as they were saying. You know, but they do that in order to fit a certain belief, to spread a certain belief and understanding, to make people fall under the ideology of a certain organization or a certain campaign, of a certain corporation, a certain cooperative group that want to, of course, dominate in society. We can understand that how the elite manipulate the voting process. George Bush definitely manipulated votes. Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney, had facts on this. Got kicked out of the Supreme Court when she tried to present it. This is also in the documentary American Blackout. You can get from any library. Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney, by the way. She had the actual company that George Bush used to manipulate the votes. And then let's not forget about Barack Obama, Dick Cheney's cousin. When I heard him say that in Youngstown State University, it came out of his own mouth, because this is when he was running for office the first time. He said he was Dick Cheney's cousin. I was like, oh no, I'm not voting for this guy. I would have voted for a Chinese American if he was running, but if he said he was Dick Cheney's cousin, I'm like, no, because I understand this country's a melting pot of nationalities and cultures. It's not right to have just one group of people as the face of a country that's a melting pot of nationalities, cultures, and races. I mean, different types of people, you see. It doesn't make sense. You know. So I feel that if you're voting, you have the right to vote. You have some type of power, you see. You have some type of power. We can see how they feel about the black vote in politics, and how Barack Obama manipulated that vote and promised things that he didn't keep, you know. Then on top of that, the Council of Foreign Relations, how Michelle Obama was part of that organization way before Obama became a household name. Barack Obama became a household name. So this was all set up from the beginning, you see. You have certain organizations and companies and alliances set in place for a certain agenda, a certain goal. So laws are passed and compromised in such a way where it's still going to benefit the actual people who really created it, so it could benefit them. You know, it's still going to benefit the elite. You know, no matter how we slice or dice it. But if you have the right to vote, you should create your own political party. You see, that's the only way. To have an ideology of the political party that's from the people, for the people, and by the people, and then you vote strictly for that party. That party wouldn't have to have a damn dime, because it'll take all the votes from the people. You know? So if you're getting all the votes and you got no money in campaigns and nothing, you're going to be the next president, right? Then you elect congressmen and senators from that party. That party will control America. Then eventually the elite will infiltrate that party and do things in that nature as well, as far as spreading their agenda and their ideology. But the people should stand up and say that we want direct scientific facts of people, different cultures, nationalities. We live in a nation where it's different cultures and nationalities. Domestic violence is an issue that comes to mind. And most people have a certain ideology, a set belief on that. But what I'm saying is we should try to look into it a little deeper. Get more deeper facts and scientific truth behind why do domestic violence actually occur. The reason really why it occurs. Is it financial? Is it the fact that it's just two people with different point of views? It's coming together, two strong individuals. You know, you have your alpha male and alpha females. You see, you have people that feel oppressed even under a certain person. You know, is it because a person is not letting the other person have some type of power in the household? You know, really, what is the real reason? Then we want to get to know about the culture, the actual people. You know, is one people more aggressive than the other? You know, where things become more physical for these people than the other people. We want to get to the nitty grit so we can actually make these laws so it won't oppress people, and we take those things in consideration. You see. Same thing when you talk about Planned Parenthood, which Margaret Sanger, the founder and creator of it, tried to push her ideology on all Americans and all American females because she herself wasn't pleased by her husband and had to divorce him. But yet did not like black people. Funny, you see. Said she wasn't sexually pleased by her husband. I don't know what that could be. I mean, I don't know. But we do have to seriously look at this. The fact that people can just create these organizations, put them into politics, and their whole ideology, and their whole thought process then becomes something that's actually politically correct. You got to look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Or becomes an actual means of debate in politics. We have to look at this. You see, people talk about Planned Parenthood. You know, it's actually a debating subject in politics. But we have to look at it a little deeper. Is it because of money, financial means? If people could have children and be like Jay-Z and Beyonce with them, where they're not really parents, maybe some organization take care of the kid, or maybe they make enough to take care of the kid. You see, Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. I mean, any people with kids that's together. That's you see them a lot without their kids. You know, who's taking care of their kids? Obviously not them. They're not being active parents. There's no way. There's no way. They're too busy. What happened if we give the American people, we do what Gaddafi did in Libya? We hear a lot of the negative things Gaddafi did, but he did positive things. Some dictators did a lot of positive stuff you don't hear about. Gaddafi, when people got married in Libya, he would give you $50,000 and give you a place to stay, so you can raise children and be happy, happily married. I'm like, damn, that's what America should do, you know. I really thought about that. Like, wow, if America did that, we wouldn't have such a high divorce rate. People would wait, you know, to get married. If America could do it every 10 years and give you 50,000 or so. And, of course, play it accordingly to the inflation and deflation in the country. But then, you know, a lot of people would stay together. We wouldn't have high divorce rates, first of all. Which then probably would take down a certain percentage of the domestic violence. We need to look at these things seriously and honestly and scientifically, you know, truthfully. You see, and then maybe it'll cut down also the fact that people want to get abortions, that women want to get abortions, being the fact that they make enough money to, you know, if Americans, if the government said, okay, we'll pay you $50,000 every 10 years as long as y'all stay married and raise your children. You know, that's what you get. That's the reward of marriage. You know, women will probably have kids more. And probably, and not only have it more, but they'll probably keep them. You know. But we look at this and in a way as China do is a population control as well. So they use it as a population control, which Margaret Sanger was trying to use it as population control for certain people, poor people, black people, and whatnot. You know, indigenous people and things in that nature. So now they use it as a population control within the country, which is okay. You know, we understand this. You know, China, they go and they kill the first, the daughter, I believe it is. Here, it's a little bit more hidden. You know, it's into the Planned Parenthood and abortion, and the fact that we don't have organizations that we can send our children to for 24 hours. Then we come back and we could be 48 hours a parent, you know, and then the next 24 hours, you know, give it back to the organization. They can raise the children. By the time you keep doing that, by the time the kids go ready for school, they all will understand the same thing. You wouldn't need these tests and things like that. I mean, we need to really scientifically and honestly look at these things, because we can create a better America out of this. You see, just these ideas alone, ladies and gentlemen. Ideas alone, that's what America's created out of. Ideas, ideologies, thoughts, beliefs.